Hey, what's good, y'all? I am here in San Antonio. I'm about to go into SeaWorld San Antonio. This will be my first SeaWorld park outside of Orlando, so I'm looking forward to check it out. So let's go. Okay, so the way SeaWorld works in San Antonio, they got the water park and the theme park together. So to the left, you got the entrance to Aquatica, and to the right, let me go behind this, past this shrub, you have the entrance to SeaWorld San Antonio. So that's pretty cool. You don't have to, do too much driving if you want to go to the other park or if you want to park hop. Okay, so I just hit my first roadblock. I thought guest services was going to be inside the park, but they have it outside. I mean, it makes sense. So if you have some issues regarding either parks, it makes sense to have the guest services before the entrance. So yeah, so I'm going to go to guest services to see about how they handle POVs, because I know certain parks, certain parks, and depending on the state you go to, they require some type of permit or something. Florida doesn't, but I know Busch Gardens in Virginia does. I'm not sure about San Antonio, so I'm about to find out now. Also, another thing while I walk to guest services, Texas is hot as hell, man. It's like 87 or 82 degrees or whatever. It's not really hot temperature-wise, but I am sweating like crazy. Okay, so I just got out of the guest services, and just like Orlando, I do not need like a permission or whatever like they do at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, so I can just POV just fine. So let's go into the park. All right, we are officially in, and the first coaster I see is some kiddie coaster. I'm thinking that's their Grover or whatever they call it here at SeaWorld. I think that's gonna be my first credit of the trip. Funny enough. All right, so I just got out of Super Grover's Boxcar Derby, my very first coaster credit in Texas. Honestly, of all of the Grover coasters I've ridden, that's probably the weakest one. I think when I go to Busch Gardens Williamsburg and ride that coaster, I'm going to do like a ranking of all the Grover coasters. That'll be my third one. I think of all the ones I've ridden, that's at the bottom. I think the best one is SeaWorld Orlando, and then second is Busch Gardens Tampa. But I see a splash pad, and it has been hot. So I think I'm going to walk into the splash pad. Ooh, yeah. It is fucking hot, y'all. I am in the splash pad. I thought Florida heat was bad, but god damn. Texas heat is, I feel like it's worse, because at least in Florida, you're by water. I'm gonna go under this shit. Woo! Oh my god. Much needed. Okay, so I don't know where the hell I'm going, but I see whatever this Serengeti Flyer clone is, and then there's Steelio, and there's a water coaster next to me. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna ride next. We'll just, I guess, ride whatever comes up. All right, so Busch Gardens Tampa is not the only one that only uses one arm for their flyer. All right, next ride is Journey to Atlantis, SeaWorld San Antonio edition. Wow. All right, I just got a Journey to Atlantis San Antonio version, and you know, it's just a turn, a drop, another turn, and another drop. But considering how hot it is, that was very necessary. That was very neat. I feel very refreshed now. Funny, when I'm in Orlando, I don't really care for the water ride because I don't really get that hot compared to here. But here, I needed that. I really needed that. So, good ride. All right, next ride of the day. All right, so I just got out of Tidal Surge. Very fun ride, very similar to Serengeti Flight over at my home park, Busch Gardens, Tampa. Although I like the one at my home park better because A, is slightly bigger than this one, and B, you know, the music and everything. But this is still a fun ride. I have to try the other side where it faces the water, but that was a fun ride. I liked it. All right, the Texas Stingray is next. So I've heard a lot of good things about this ride, so we'll see how it is. All right, so I just got off of Texas Stingray for the first time, and what? Oh my God, I'm going back in line. I'm going back in line right now to ride this. I'm getting in the back row this time. I rode the front row. Holy shit, airtime, laterals, everything. This may be the best ride here. Maybe. But we're gonna get on the back row, man. That was so freaking good. Hey, I had to take a pretty long break here at this shop here because it's air conditioned. It is hot. Like, you would think me being from Florida, I would be used to this, but no. Texas, there's Texas humidity. No, there's Florida humidity, and there's Texas humidity. Texas is on a whole different level, y'all. At least with Florida, we're by the water, you know. Texas, you're just burning, like straight up. It's hot. All right, I have cooled down nicely, so the next ride is going to be Great White, aka Batman Clone #1. All right, so I just got out of Great White. That was pretty intense. Yeah, that's a good clone, very good clone. I wonder how that compares to the Goliath at Fiesta, Texas. I'm gonna find out tomorrow, but this particular version of Batman the Ride, it was great, very intense, liked it.
Please stand behind the white line. Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed your rescue mission with us here at Wavebreaker, the Rescue Coaster. We ask that you please remain seated.
All right, so I just got out of the Wavebreaker roller coaster, and it's a family coaster, and I thought it was pretty cool. You know, nothing special. Very good for family and for little kids who may be their first time riding a roller coaster. I think it's a pretty solid ride for SeaWorld San Antonio. All right, so I got 2 more rides to go. Catapult Falls. This is the new ride that opened this year, and behind it, Still Ill. So what I think I'm gonna do is get on Still Ill, and then this will be my last ride. All right, so I just got out of Steel Eel for the very first time, and my thoughts. It's a very smooth coaster. The ride got some pretty decent floater. I thought it's pretty good. I don't think it's the best coaster here in the park. I think it's the second best for sure. Texas Stingray is the best coaster in this park. This is a good solid number 2. I'm gonna get a back row and see how that is. All right, I just got out the second ride in the back row, the very back row, and holy shit, that airtime hurt. It is not smooth like a B&M hypercoaster at all. I like the front row better because it was just better. The airtime is much better. It feels better in the front. The back row is good, but your butt gets slammed in that seat so freaking hard. Like, I don't know how stable my POV is, but holy shit, some of those hills hurt. I have only one more ride to go, and that's the Infinity Falls. Not Infinity Falls, that's in Orlando. All right, the next and final ride that I'm gonna do at this park is called Catapult Falls. This is the new for 2024 ride. It is a log flume, I think. I think it's the world first launch log flume, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna check that out. Wow. All right, so the ride is having technical difficulties. I'm still here in the brake run, waiting for the other boats to go. So I'm just gonna give my thoughts about the ride. Very, very needed at this park. This steak is very hot. So this is one of the few parks where I am appreciative of the water rides. Like, I really like the water rides here because it keeps me cool and, you know, makes me feel better. But as far as Catapult Falls, one thing I would suggest, I'm pretty sure they just built it, but one thing I suggest is they have more trees around to make it feel like, you know, you're in the forest or whatever. But overall, I think it's a very solid ride. All right, I'm back on the phone. It's cool down now. But man, I needed that ride so bad. I feel so refreshed. You know, now I kind of don't want to leave. It's, you know, I feel like the temperature has dropped a little bit. You know, the sun is not like straight up in the air anymore. And I feel like I can, you know, enjoy the rest of the day here. I have options. I can either leave, I can ride some other rides, I can ride the Water Rapids ride, or do something else. All right, so my overall thoughts of the park. I think this is a very good park. It has a pretty decent collection of coasters. The only thing that's missing from this park is like a star coaster, like a Mako or something. That's all it really needs, because in my opinion, this park is full of good support coasters. And one thing I do like is the fact that this park has a lot of water-based rides, and considering how hot it gets here, it's very appreciated. And I think this is a pretty cool park. I like it.